Hello everybody and welcome back to the Celtic FC25 career mode. I know I gave a huge thank you at the start of the last episode, lads, but I need to give another one. The preview episode for this career mode has surpassed 1,000 views. That is a huge, huge deal to me. I am actually still in shock about it, to be honest with you. I'm really, really glad to see that people have found the preview interesting enough at least to give it a shot, and it's good to see that a few of you have stayed tuned for the first couple of episodes as well. That is much, much appreciated. Thank you all so much. At the time of recording, I believe we are on 193 subscribers. We are very, very close to 200, so hopefully by the time this goes up, we'll be at 200, but if not, hopefully we'll be there soon. So again, really, really do appreciate that. Just wanted to get that out of the way, and I hope you're enjoying the series so far. I hope you're enjoying watching it as much as I am enjoying playing it at the moment. I am having a lot of fun, believe you me. But before we get into the gameplay of this episode, I just wanted to give you a look at the shortlist here. So I'm not going to go through every single player individually, but we do have a few players shortlisted here in the central midfield position. I say a few, there's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11. We've got a starting 11 of midfielders here. But as you can see here, they're all kind of from a few different leagues: Italy, France, England, but obviously he's out on loan, Germany, Netherlands, Portugal. We've got a good variety of countries that we are scouting in, because in this career mode, I don't just necessarily want to sign players from the big leagues. Obviously, we signed S1E3 from the Premier League, so I'm not like totally against it. But I want to try signing players from some different leagues as well, like the Dutch league, like the Portuguese league. I think it makes sense. I feel like we need just another quality midfielder. This guy here, Amir Richardson, was actually suggested by somebody in the comments, so I really, really do appreciate the suggestion there. And again, get your suggestions in as well for other positions and other players that you'd like us to scout. But I wouldn't mind getting in a quality midfielder who's relatively young. I scouted up from the ages, I should say, of 20 to 25. And these are some of the players that came up. I say scouted, I actually just went through the leagues manually, because obviously I've turned on the ability to see players' ratings from the get-go. Honestly, lads, it's so great to have this again. I'm really, really happy with it. And just to give you an idea of some of the other positions, I still have Christensen here. Obviously, we signed Sessegnon, but for some reason, I feel like Christensen would suit this team really well. But in terms of between the sticks, obviously, eventually, we want to get the Ireland job in this career mode, and Kasper Schmeichel will be retiring at the end of the season. And my initial thought process with signing Caoimhín Kelleher was that he would be the backup goalkeeper at Liverpool, and he's probably not going to get a lot of game time with Alisson being ahead of him. But he has actually moved here to Union Berlin, but I still wouldn't mind signing him. Obviously, a fellow Corkman like myself wouldn't mind bringing him into the team. We did actually have him in a career mode a few years ago. That was with Turley United, where Caoimhín Kelleher had a very mixed time at Turley United. His last season wasn't exactly one of his best ones. But listen, times have changed, people grow, and I'm sure he has as well. And I think it would make sense bringing an Irishman into Celtic. So he is the goalkeeper that I think I will bring in the summer to replace Schmeichel. And here's a familiar face, Jake O'Brien. So a lot of you will know that Jake O'Brien is someone I'm actually related to. Now, when I say related, we're like third cousins. I have never met this man, but on my mother's side of the family, I am actually related to him. So we've actually had him in a few career modes. We had him in the last career mode with Oxford, and we also had him at Turley United just as a novelty. He was like 59 rated. But as you can see here, 75 rated. Obviously now applying his trade at Everton, so fair play to him. 6'6", decent pace, some decent stats there as well. Even though I'm mostly against using players, or signing players, I should say, that I've already used, I feel like there's an exception for these two, because they've never really been the main man in goal. Well, I suppose Kelleher was for a season, but that was a while ago. So I think that's an exception. And Jake O'Brien, initially, I thought was going to be the main man at the back when we signed him with Oxford. But Peter Flynn was doing so well, one of our youth academy players who was also Irish. He did so well that O'Brien was just a backup for the majority of the career mode. So I wouldn't mind trying to bring him in as one of the starters here. So we'll keep an eye on his progression. Obviously, Carter Vickers is 77 rated. Brooks is currently 74 rated, and that's only going to go up. So we'll track O'Brien's progression and see how he goes. But anyways, I just said I'd give you an idea of the shortlist. Feel free to suggest any players. And yeah, with that said, let's get on into the gameplay. So here we have it, our first game of the episode, back in the Champions League, away from home against Atalanta, who are currently, I think, in 15th in the league phase. We are, currently in 20th. We obviously just lost to Borussia Dortmund in a 1-0 losing effort, but I still thought we did quite well, considering that, you know, we were up against one of the big boys in Europe, last year's Champions League runners-up. So for this game, I am going to go with the strongest starting 11. I'm not going to change the formation. Once again, I've kind of tinkered a little bit with the settings of the gameplay. I'm still kind of trying to get my bearings with this game. I kind of want to put us in the away kit as well. We haven't worn that yet in this career mode. Or have we? Not that I can remember anyways. But it's the first time we'll be donning it in the Champions League. So yeah, let's put it on here against Italy. And let's hope we can get our second victory of the Champions League phase. Let me know as well what you think about the new Champions League phase. I quite like it. When I first heard they were changing the Champions League format from the group stage to what they have now in the league phase, I wasn't overly enthused about it. I thought that it was going to be basically the Super League 2.0. But so far, I know it's only one game in, I'm actually quite enjoying it. For like the European games, what the hell is going on there? That was so weird. We just saw the inside of that little boy's head. That was very strange. That sentence sounded weird. Anyways, I'm going to move on. Yeah, I thought the Champions League games felt more important. It feels like there's kind of more at stake now. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it shapes up. Obviously, the Europa League is kicking off as well this week, so looking forward to seeing how that pans out as well. Obviously, they also have changed their structure, as has the Conference League, but I only discovered that the Conference League, we'll skip this, I only discovered recently that the Conference League actually only has 6 games in its league phase. So it's the same as the group stage in terms of the amount of games you have to play in the early stages, but it is the same format as the Champions League and Europa League. So it's interesting, but let me know what you think, because I've seen mixed thoughts from fans, which is good though. It's good to see that people have a difference of opinion, because if we all thought the same thing, life would be very boring. But anyways, how can we do here in Italy against Atalanta? Christie with a goal, but right into the arms of the keeper. It's so annoying though, because I thought Atalanta were licensed in this game. I knew that obviously AC Milan and Inter Milan were both not going to be licensed. I think I might have spoke about this in the last episode as well. But I thought Atalanta were back. Roma, Lazio and Napoli obviously are back, but I thought Atalanta were as well. But apparently not, which is a shame. So it's still Bergamo Calcio. Another shot from distance there. Goalkeeper throws it out. Oh, we put him under a bit of pressure. Oh, bit of pressure there put on by our attack. Good to see. It's Sessegnon now. Decent ball in. Oh, Kuhn just couldn't get the appropriate amount of height on the jump, but still it goes out for our corner. Hatate will take it. Carter Vickers. The American just puts it wide. Unlucky. Hopefully as well, with the new format of the Champions League, hopefully we will start to see more teams who traditionally don't get to the knockout stages progress relatively far in the competition. Like, I'm really interested to see how Celtic do in the Champions League this season. Not just because we're doing a career mode with them, but you know, I think this new phase is Lookman. Oh, but Punk gets the better of him. But he puts it out for a corner. Unlucky. But no, it'd be nice to see some teams getting, you know, to the latter stages of the Champions League that normally don't get there. They'll obviously have more of a chance to do it now. Good save by Schmeichel. They'll have more games, obviously, to qualify. But with that new preliminary round that'll be introduced, I feel like there's a few more surprises on the card with the Champions League. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. Another big chance there for Atalanta. Schmeichel, his last season in professional football. He wants to go out on a high. And it's another good save there by the Danish goalkeeper. It's good to see as well, people seem to be enjoying the fact that we've got CM Punk in the team. And as I said, that's what we do on this channel. Oh, give me a second. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Furuhashi. It's saved. It's Kuhn. It's 1-0. Is he onside? Yes, he is. Celtic take the lead here in Bergamo. It's Kuhn with the finish. We absorbed a lot of pressure there. Atalanta had us on the back foot as Adamida celebrates with Joe Turl. But we've gone up the other end. Furuhashi had the strike. The keeper parried it out, but he parried it right into the feet of Kuhn, who had an empty net to aim at. And it's Atalanta 0, Celtic 1. Get in there. Oh, let's be having you. His first Champions League goal as well for Celtic. In the game, obviously. I think he did score one in the opening game against Bratislava as well. I think I said Bucharest by accident in one of the recent episodes. It was Bratislava. My apologies. But here they go again now. Oh, right on the counter attack. Oh, Schmeichel with the save. Oh, that's happening way too much in this game. As soon as I go 1-0 up, or as soon as I score, the opposition goes straight on the counter, and I'll be honest with you, 8 times out of 10, they seem to get the equaliser. But thankfully, that was one of the 2 occasions that would probably get away with it. McGregor, oh, he gets it back. Lovely stuff. Ryan Christie. Into Kuhn. Furuhashi. Oh, what are you doing? I was trying to do an overhead kick. And he headed it back to the keeper. Unlucky. Unlucky. Let's just try and go into this half. If we can go into this halftime break 1-0 up, I'll be super happy. And of course, just as I say that, curse the commentator, Schmeichel with another save. It's a shame though that we only get a season out of Kasper Schmeichel. Oh, good block there. Obviously, he came in to replace. Oh, I thought it was a penalty there for a second. He came in to replace Joe Hart. Another veteran goalkeeper who still speaks fondly of Celtic to this day, which is nice to see. But we're approaching the halftime break now. There is going to be 1 added minute. They don't add on a lot of time at the end of halves in this game. Come on, ref, blow it up. Blow it up. Furuhashi, don't blow. Oh, why'd you blow it up now? You blew it up when you didn't need to. We could have gone on the attack there to get a second, but it is just the 1 goal as the boys cheer on. Celtic 1-0 up here away from home against Atalanta, and this could be a huge result for us if we are to get it. Don't think I need to make any changes at halftime, even though look at how tired Carter Vickers is. I need to get better at this whole stamina management thing. I'll keep him on for now, but it is something we're going to have to keep an eye on. But we go into the second half with a 1-0 lead. And let's hope that we can keep a rare clean sheet in this game as well, and that we can get the 3 points here. It'll be a massive 3 points in match day 3 of the Champions League. Telling out for Atalanta is Lookman. Good tackle. Of course, Atalanta were the Europa League winners as well. I only thought about that now. They obviously won the final in Dublin. Atate's done really well there. Oh, it's a good save. Maeda. Oh, good block. Sessegnon. Atate. Ryan Christie. Is Furuhashi onside? Yes, he is, but it's a good block. And it's out for a corner. We're playing really well, though. This is one of the best performances we've had this season. They're about to bring on Cuadrado, former Chelsea player. Atate whips in the ball. Carter Vickers heads it into the surface. But over the bar as well. Or wide of the post, maybe, I think it might have been. But either way, it didn't go into the back of the net. But we've started the second half quite well. That goes up for their throw-in. Listen, the reality is we're probably not going to win the Champions League in Season 1, but I would love to hit that board objective of the quarterfinals. That would be pretty cool. Brooks. Oh, Punk. Oh, Punk. What have you done? Oh, my God. Oh, Schmeichel's giving away the penalty. Oh, and he could be off here. Kasper Schmeichel. He only gets a yellow. Oh. Oh, I have to blame Punk for that. Apparently he's tackled John Cena there. Kasper Schmeichel, an invisible man. But Atalanta get the spot kick, and it was so avoidable. And it will be Lookman, who did take one of the worst penalties in Premier League history. Let's hope he can repeat that here. No, he can't, even though he uses the same technique. And it's 1-1 here in Bergamo. Well, that is disappointing. You can see it there, the Europa League winner's badge on the jersey. That's cool. Schmeichel gave away the penalty. He guessed the wrong way, chipped down the middle. I should have known. I should have known he was going to do that. But it's 1 each here, away from home. Well, if you told me before the game that with half an hour to go it was going to be 1-1, I probably would have been quite happy with that. But the fact that we were 1-0 up and we had some decent chances to score a second, it's a bit more disappointing. That's a good ball though. Just didn't have the height. Tried to hit it first time there with Hatate. But Atalanta are going to try and break now. Here's De Ketelaere. Doesn't seem to know which way he wants to go. We are pushing them back quite a lot though. Is Zaniolo, who I did use in a Villa career mode last year. Obviously, he was with Villa. He was actually one of my favourite players to use in FC24, I have to say. Oh, Lookman. Oh, he's done me there. Lookman, good save by Schmeichel. Cuadrado now, fresh off the bench. De Ketelaere. Oh, it's Lookman. Oh, he's hit the post. Oh, my God. We got away with one there, lads. We got away with one there. He was left completely unmarked. Beat Schmeichel, but clipped the outside of the post. Right, let's make a couple of changes. Yeah, Carter Vickers, he is absolutely knackered. So Scales will come on. Sessegnon, again, bloody knackered. We'll bring on Valet. I need to learn how to say that name still. We have signed him permanently as well, actually. I did decide to make that a permanent signing. And you know what? Furahashi's not had a bad game. But let's bring on a fresh Adamita. Why not? Change things up a bit. Get some fresh legs if we can get another attack. Let's play it out from the back. McGregor. Ida. Go on, lad. Runs right into the defender. Scales does well to intercept. Christie. Back to McGregor. The captain. With the captain strike, maybe. It was not the worst effort in the world. It's a good save by the goalkeeper. Atalanta are very excited about that save, but it was a decent strike from the captain. I'm going to put Ryan Christie on the corner. I kind of feel like I need a left footer to whip this one in. Let's see what happens. Oh, Adamita got the connection with it, but not a strong enough connection. Still 1-1. Atalanta seem to be running down the clock here. Of course, 20th position, where we currently are, even though there's a long way to go. That would put us into the preliminary round of the Champions League, which means we'd have to play a playoff to get into the last 16. But again, there's still plenty of football to be played. And he's going to give them the free kick. Took bloody long enough to give it, didn't you? Right, I feel like we're going to have to put a man on the line here. Oh God, they've taken that very quickly. And I also couldn't see the line with the camera angle. But 6 minutes to go. Oh, go on. Go on, lad. Kuhn. Vermeida. Come on. Cut it back. And it's Kuhn! Oh, and it's a goal! With 4 minutes to go! It's Celtic in the lead! It's Kuhn again! Can you believe it? From the counter-attack! It was Maida who cut it back! And Kuhn was in the perfect position to slot it in for his second and our second. And that could be a huge goal in terms of our position in the Champions League league phase. That's really hard to say. Brilliant work by Maeda, though, to cut it back and to spot Kuhn, who has just scored one of the biggest goals in Celtic's recent history. 2-2 now in the Champions League. And you know what? I think that's a call to make some changes. Yeah, we've got some tired legs in the midfield. Hatate will bring him off for Bernardo. Who else can come off? Do you know what? We'll bring off Kuhn. He doesn't need the hat-trick today. It's fine. Oh, Brooks is knackered as well. But I'm going to keep him on. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do for now. If the ball goes out of play and there's sweet F all time left, we might make a time-wasting substitution. But this is just to freshen things up here. Can you believe it? 2-1 here against Atalanta in the Champions League, but it's not over yet. It is not over yet. Come on, Brooks. Oh, he's probably got a bit too far forward there. De Ketelaere over to Zaniolo. 3 added minutes. It's the most bloody... Oh, it's the longest I've seen them add on in this game so far. Oh, and they've equalised. And they've equalised. I don't believe that. I do not bloody believe that. Ademola Lookman with his second goal of the game. Through the legs of the defender. Past Schmeichel. Oh, that is really disappointing. That is so disappointing. I mean, this result before kickoff I'd have been delighted with. Hang on. Hang on a second. Oh, Eden nearly won it. Eden nearly won it. Oh, but it's a draw. Oh, well, you know what? Before the game, I would have been delighted with 2-2. I would have been thrilled with it, to be honest with you. As we see a floating ball there. John Cena really was playing today, wasn't he? But Jesus Christ, to be 2-1 up with 4 minutes to go. I should have maybe gone with the more defensive formation there. Lookman scored the penalty. Then he got the equaliser in the last minute. 2 avoidable goals. I think we only have ourselves to blame. It was such a good performance as well. But it is a 2-2 draw here. 2 for Lookman, 2 for Kuhn. Oh, heartbreaker. Absolute heartbreaker. Although according to that thing there, it said that Kuhn had scored a hat-trick. So yeah, great to see the glitches are already taking place here at this early stage of the game. Fantastic, EA. The good news is, though, that did put us up to 17th in the league phase table. So we're not in a bad position. 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. But to be fair, that 1 loss was to Borussia Dortmund away from home, and the draw was to Atalanta. So I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think that's the worst case scenario, as I accidentally go into the Europa League group stage there, or league phase, I should say. But our next game, I think, is against Leipzig, if memory is serving me correctly. So if we just go here, yeah, Red Bull Leipzig at home, or Rasenball Sport Leipzig, I should say, at home, back at Celtic Park. Another tough game, but at least we have the home advantage. So yeah, that game also will be played in full on this episode. But before then, we have the highlights of a few league games, the first one being against Kilmarnock. So we got off to a pretty bad start against Kilmarnock. They did take a 1-0 lead in the opening few minutes, blasting it past Kasper Schmeichel. The amount of times I've nearly called him Peter Schmeichel is worrying. Peter Schmeichel retired over 20 years ago, so I don't know why I keep making that mistake. But they did take a 1-0 lead, which thankfully didn't last for too long. Engels here, going on a brilliant solo run. We changed up the team a little bit today. We gave some players a game who haven't really been playing an awful lot lately. A couple of them requested to play this game, so I said, yeah, why not? Let's bring them in and see what the story is with them. But that was a brilliant equaliser. And then not too long after that, Kuhn, in brilliant form after his 2 goals in the Champions League, put us 2-1 up right before half-time. Furuhashi with the ball into him. Kuhn, never going to miss from there. Lovely strike into the corner of the net. And that was the half-time score. Not an awful lot of chances here in the second half, but towards the end we did have a bit of a flurry. Kyogo Furuhashi keeping up his brilliant form and giving us a 3-1 lead with about 15 minutes to go. Not too long after that, Luis Palma, one of the players who did request to play this game, found himself in a decent position here, brilliantly intercepting the ball off the defender, and that was 4-1, which I thought surely the goal scoring is going to end there. But nope, he was in the mood. 4 minutes to go, Adamida off the bench. Good shot, good save. Palma's there. Keeper ends up putting it into the back of his own net, but Palma thankfully gets credited with the goal. So a 5-1 win away from home. Still no bloody clean sheet, which is really annoying me. I'm yet to keep a clean sheet on my own. It's only simmed games I seem to get them. But let's hope against Dundee we can keep a clean sheet for the first time in this career mode in a game I'm controlling. So, spoiler, no clean sheet, but let me tell you something, lads, some brilliant goals in this game, and a certain someone gets his first hat-trick of the series. But first of all, look at that finish from Hatate, right on the edge of the box, curls it into that top corner. Lovely finish. That gave us a 1-0 lead against Dundee, who were actually in second place before coming into this match, but they were 8 points behind, now 11 points behind after this game. Spoiler about the result. But as I say, no clean sheet. They were able to get an equaliser here, ran through the defence, off the post, and Molt was there to tap it in for 1-1. They really weren't threatening too much though, to be fair Dundee. We were the better team. Kyogo Furuhashi strike saved there, and Dazen Maeda scoring a very similar goal to what Palma got in the game before this. He did get credited with the goal, and there was more to come from where that one came from. In the second half, 20 minutes left. Again, Furuhashi with the strike. Element of luck, it lands right at the feet of Maeda. Keeper was wrong-footed, and he was able to tuck it home for 3-1. And yeah, you probably guessed it at this stage, but he did get his hat-trick, and once again, it was Kyogo Furuhashi with the shot. Keeper makes the save, Maeda's there in front of an empty net, and he's able to poke it home for 4-1 and makes sure that he is bringing home the match ball. The first hat-trick of his Celtic career in this career mode, but they did score another one in the end, Dundee. It was only their second chance of the game, really. The two chances they had, they scored. Scant consolation in the end. A 4-2 win for Celtic. Still no clean sheet. Can we get one in the next game at home against Hibs? So we decided to play the highlights feature for the first time in this series, and it got off to quite a good start here against Hibs. Had to put both teams in the away kit. There was a bit of a kick clash, but as you can see here, James Forrest given the start today. Great ball across by Palma, and Forrest put it in to give us a 1-0 lead. Perfect start to the game, and there was plenty more where that came from. We got a penalty here. Palma apparently had the best penalty stats, so we put him on the spot kick. He smacked it home for 2-0, so he's had a very good episode, which is good to see. I do need to start giving him more game time. James Forrest, though, he had his Weetabix this morning before the game. He got his second and our third of the game. This is still in the first half, absolutely running through third place Hibs, who, as a lot of people will know, have a big role to play in the history of Celtic Football Club. They're a big reason why Celtic exists in the first place. But James Forrest did not take this into account in this performance. He had no mercy on them. He got his hat-trick, put us 4-0 up. Lovely finish from the one club man. He is coming towards the end, but it's good to see that this season he is still able to offer us quite a lot going forward, especially when we need to rotate the team in the big games. We got another penalty, and I said, you know what, it's time for Phil Brooks, the punk himself, to score his first goal for Celtic. And I tell you what, he may be a centre-back, but that was a centre-forwards finish there. Lovely finish into that top corner from the spot. Putting the X's across there, that symbol that we know so well from CM Punk. Brilliant, brilliant finish. That referee looks exactly like one of the old manager templates from the old games. Very, very lazy from EA there. But it's very rare that you have a Celtic goal-scoring performance without a goal from Kyogo Furuhashi. Forrest, who had a hat-trick, squared it over to the Japanese striker, who put it home, and that wrapped up a huge 6-0 win for us here against Hibs, and most importantly, a clean sheet at last. But now it's another big game in the Champions League at home against Leipzig. We've had some tough games already. I think we've held our own so far. And it's about time Celtic Park had a huge victory in the Champions League against one of the big teams in Europe. So let's go and do it. So the team is looking mostly fit after that result against Hibs. Carter Vickers is the only tired player, but obviously we do have Scales on the bench, so if we need to bring him on, we will. But other than that, I am going to go with the full-strength team here at Celtic Park. We are 4 places ahead of Leipzig. They're currently 21st here in the league phase of the Champions League. Maeda there, 3 goals in his last 3 games. Obviously that hat-trick against Dundee was fantastic. Here we go though, lads. I know I didn't give it the full intro. I apologise, but I was anxious to get into this game. Another Champions League game here at Celtic Park, but this one feels a bit bigger than the Cluj one. Leipzig, one of the top teams in Germany, travelling here to Celtic Park. They're on the attack here straight away. And it's a good interception there by McGregor. But if we get 3 points here, I'll be very, very happy and very confident that we can take on the big teams, and not only take them on, I think we've proven that we can take them on, but I'm confident then we can beat a lot of the big teams that come up against us. So let's see how things go here. Here's Brooks, happy now to get his first goal for Celtic, and a rare clean sheet at this stage for Furuhashi now. Oh, looking for Kuhn, the German, but it's headed away. Leipzig resume possession here. I had a very, very fun idea for a Create a Club career mode in Germany to have a rivalry with Leipzig. Oh, give me a second here. Brilliant interception by Brooks, and Schmeichel playing a dangerous game there, but it worked out. Oh, but Brooks locking in an anaconda vice there to get the ball off the opposition. And here we are now on the counter-attack. Maeda. Furuhashi. Oh, he's just missed it. And Kuhn wasn't able to get it under control. But I had a very fun idea that I still might be able to do one day for a rivalry of sorts with RB Leipzig. It's something I will do one day. I just need Create a Club career mode to be better, or just to get a PC and use mods. But preferably, I would like to do it with the actual features in the game. But it might be hard. But yeah, just keep an eye out on that over the next few years. If they make Create a Club even better without mods, then hopefully that career mode will happen sooner rather than later. Because I'd love to do a Bundesliga career mode as well at some stage. Something I haven't actually done too much of over the years. But we are taking on a Bundesliga team here for the second time in this career mode. Obviously, we had that 1-0 loss to Dortmund, where we held our own, though, and we had some decent chances. And speaking of decent chances, Furuhashi has one there, it's saved, but the German Celtic player puts us in front against Leipzig. It's Kuhn again. He is loving life in the Champions League, and he's given us a huge lead here against Leipzig. Let me tell you something, the amount of goals I have scored from Furuhashi's shots either getting saved or deflected away, and a winger comes up and taps it in, it's ridiculous, but I'll happily take them. 3 goals in 3 Champions League games now for Kuhn. We didn't play him in the first game against Cluj because he was knackered, but he's more than made up for it in the games that he has played in here in the Champions League. And it's Celtic 1, RB Leipzig 0. Brilliant, brilliant start. How are we already in the 26th minute? That flew by. That absolutely flew by. But let's try and stop them now from getting a chance straight after conceding, because that's happening way too much for my liking. Oh, God. Oh, Brooks. I tell you what, he drank his Pepsi this morning, but it must have been a Diet Pepsi, because that was a terrible ball to give away. Oh! And the curse of the commentator has come back to bite me. Leipzig get the equaliser. It was such good defending from Brooks. Then he gave it away, and Schmeichel palms it into the side of his own net. Xavi Simmons, however you say it, with the strike. That's so disappointing. Once again, we go in front. The opposition get a chance straight away. And it's 1-1 right after we go 1-0 up. And of course, it's his first Champions League goal of the season. Why wouldn't it be? Oh, but hold on a second. Hold on a second! It's end-to-end stuff here. It's Kyogo Furuhashi. He was getting sick of his chances being saved and having other players tap them in. He's now got a brilliant goal. Joe Turrell just looking to calm things down there a little bit on the bench. end-to-end stuff here so far. I hate this POV camera because they never look at the ball as it goes in. It's really frustrating. But a great ball down to Hitate. Furuhashi called for it. He got it. And he slotted it home. And that gave us a 2-1 lead here. Oh, get in there. Right. Back in command of this game. Oh, Champions League nights at Celtic Park are always special. But this game feels like it's going to live long in the memory with the way things are going. Oh, please no. Is Memphis. Oh, good save by Schmeichel. Bit of a weak shot. But still, he had to be there to catch it. And he was. Let's just hold on to it for a bit. Let's just hold on to it for a bit. We are not in any rush. Here's Brooks. Make sure now you pass it to one of your own players. There you go. Over to McGregor. Now Hitate. Sessegnon. Maeda. Furuhashi. Oh my god, it's 3-1. What is happening here? We are 3-1 up against RB Leipzig and we are still in the first half. Kyogo Furuhashi has had a big part to play in all 3 goals, scoring the second and the third. His first shot was saved, which led to the first goal, but there was no saving that one, and we are 3-1 up. A bit of breathing space here against Leipzig. Oh, you love to see it. There's a yellow card there for McGregor for some reason. Okay, relax, ref. Bloody hell, getting your cards out as much as Michael Oliver did with Man City and Arsenal. But come on, let's try and go into this halftime break with the 3-1 lead. That would be absolutely massive. Oh, McGregor does well there to help out Brooks. 2 UFC alumni helping each other out there. I know McGregor is technically still under contract, but you know what I mean. And I know it's a different McGregor. Relax, it was a joke. But anyways, 3-1 up here at halftime. Absolutely fantastic performance so far. Bit of a silly goal to concede, but that's FC25 for you so far. That's FIFA games in general. But we've done really, really well to come back from it. 2 goals from Kyogo Furuhashi, a goal from Kuhn. Carter Vickers is going to have to come off. Bloody hell. Yeah, I think we will have to get Jake O'Brien in simply for the fact that Carter Vickers just cannot do it. And we mostly have left-footed centre-backs, so we could do with another right-footed one. But Scales will come on to partner Brooks there at the back. Sessegnon's a little bit tired as well, but we won't take him off just yet. We'll keep the rest of the squad as it is and hope that we can do enough to get this result. Furuhashi was in for the hat-trick, but he was offside. Well, we've already had 2 hat-tricks in this episode, Maeda and Forrest, so I wouldn't mind Kyogo getting one. But I tell you what, Leipzig have been a little bit disappointing. I was surprised to see them as low down in the league phase as they currently are. And I thought they would have put in a better performance so far. But listen, still a long way to go. I can't get too ahead of myself yet. They will be playing Inter Milan up next, or Lombardia FC. That's still so disappointing to see. I need to stop going on about the Milan teams. This isn't the Milan career mode, so relax. Oh, my goodness me. Furuhashi. That rhymed. Kyogo Furuhashi has just scored a hat-trick in the Champions League, our 3rd hat-trick of this episode, and he gets it against RB Leipzig. Simply phenomenal. This is going to go down as a special night here at Celtic Park, one that is going to live long in the memory. Kyogo Furuhashi leaves his mark on it yet again. Nobody near him. Curls it into the corner of the net. Celtic 4, RB Leipzig 1. Let me repeat that scoreline. Celtic 4, RB Leipzig 1. Huge, huge result. And we still have over half an hour to go. Incredible. Leipzig now looking to attack though. Round with the ball in. Sessegnon gets it away. Well done. Here's Hitate now. Back to Scales. Over to Brooks. Pushing a bit higher up the pitch, so he is, Brooks. Furuhashi, he's already got a hat-trick. Kuhn, he's already got one as well. I don't know why I decided to have a go from there. That was a silly thing to do. And Leipzig look to break now again. Here's Raum. They've got Memphis in the middle. Oh, Brooks, not able to get there. Baumgartner. Simmons, good save by Schmeichel. Let's avoid the corner if we can. Yes, we can. And Schmeichel will clear that away. Go on, Maida. Oh, I thought he was going to win that there for a second. Right, now I will look to make some of the changes. We will bring on Valet for Sessegnon. Brooks is tired, but he'll be fine. McGregor's on a yellow, but I kind of want to keep him on. Engels I'm going to bring on for Hatate. I've enjoyed using him in recent times. Scored a very good goal against Kilmarnock in this episode, so I wouldn't mind bringing him on here in the Champions League. Bit of fresh legs. And Sessegnon gets a rest as well. Just need to work on his stamina, really, Sessegnon. It's the only disappointment of him so far, is that he gets tired very, very easily. But still, he's a quality player to have in the team. Is Johnston now. Go on, have a run. Or just run into the defender. Either one. Suit yourself. You're lucky we're 4-1 up, lad. Because if we weren't, and if this was a game that we badly needed to get something from, or if we were in a stage where we badly needed to get something, I would have been disappointed! Oh my god! What a goal by Memphis. Well, he's celebrating like he's just scored the winner. You're still 4-2 down, lad. But that is something special. Overhead kick with his weak foot as well. That's his left foot. And he's right-footed. Pass Schmeichel. Nothing the Danish goalkeeper could do about that. And it's 4-2. Well, sometimes you have to just hold your hands up and say, yeah, that was a worldie. And that was one of those moments there for us. Incredible finish by Memphis. And Leipzig will probably fancy their chances here now for the last 15 minutes. So I'm just going to try and hold on to the ball. Don't need to do anything silly with it. Let's just keep on to it. I'd happily take 4-2. If the final whistle blew right here, right now, lads, I would not be complaining. It's been a brilliant performance. First goal was definitely avoidable. That second one, not a chance. But let's hope it's like Christian Benteke's overhead kick against United back in 2015. A spectacular goal that gets forgotten about because of the result. Oh, we've given it away in a bad position again, though. What the hell is Brooks doing there? He's throwing his hands up. Oh my god, what a save by Kasper Schmeichel. That was Peter Schmeichel-esque. It's getting me a little bit nervous now. They're bringing on Talisca. He was an absolute god in FIFA 19. Haven't seen him in yonks. But here he is. Oh, Schmeichel had to come out and punch that. He comes on here as Leipzig are chasing the game. Get rid of that, Johnston. Good man. Maida will get there. Win that header. Kyogo. Go on, lad. Needs a bit of support. And he gets it. Kyogo again. He's got men in support. McGregor's one of them. Callum McGregor. Kuhn. Oh, good block by the Leipzig defender. But they are running out of time. I'd like to keep it at 4-2 if we can, though. Memphis. Oh, he puts the ball back to Haidara. Only 2 added minutes. One of the few times I'm happy to see not a lot of time added on. Oh, Kasper Schmeichel, you beauty. You absolute beauty with that save. They're making a change. I'm going to make some changes as well just to keep that clock running down. Furuhashi, you've done your job. Ida can come on. Forrest, let's give you an appearance in a big Champions League game. Brooks, I'll actually keep you on because we need a bit of height as this corner comes in. Bernardo can come on for Christie. Oh no, he can't. We're out of subs. Sorry, never mind. Never mind. I can't do maths. It was never my strong point. But here we go. Just keep running down that clock. Furuhashi, fantastic performance. Gets replaced by Cork Manida. And Forrest, who had a hat-trick earlier in the episode, gets to come on as well. You love to see it. But they're going to whip this ball in. Let's try and head it away. We can. Come on, get rid of it. Lukaba. Oh, good save. Clear it away. Blow the final whistle. Yes, he does. A huge result here at Celtic Park in the Champions League. 4-2 against one of the top teams in Germany. We were very unlucky at the start of the episode to not get a result against Atalanta, but we've gotten a fantastic result here against RB Leipzig. The loss to Dortmund was disappointing, but whatever. We're not going to win all these big games as the Celtic faithful go absolutely wild. There's a lovely view of a brick wall. Oh, and there's a lovely view of an amputee, apparently. But anyways, 4-2 here. Furuhashi with the hat-trick. It's a grand old team, let me tell you that stuff. Let me tell you that stuff. Let me tell you that much, is what I meant to say. My apologies, I got quite excited. But as we wrap up the episode here, we are in 10th place in the league phase here. So we are only 2 places outside of the qualification for the last 16. And we're only 1 point behind Leverkusen in 8th. They are currently on 8 points. So are Milan and Monaco. So it's very, very close. Man City top of the league at the moment. Real Madrid just behind them. Dortmund just behind them, who we've already played. PSG are level on points, as well as Sporting Club de Portugal. Don't call them Sporting Lisbon. I've made that mistake before. Another team I'd love to do a career mode with. I'd love to do a career mode with basically anybody. But no, there's a lot of teams I'd like to do a career mode with. But we are in a good position. Do you know what? If you told me that this would be the position we're in after 4 games in the Champions League, I'd take it. 9 goals scored, 5 conceded. We've scored the joint most goals in the Champions League, I think. Yes, we have. And we haven't conceded the most goals, which is good to see. We've got Harambe IF there at the bottom of the league. Oh, if you know, you know. Feyenoord down at the down in second bottom there as well as Lille and Young Boys, who are yet to get a single point. So that's disappointing for them. But it's kind of satisfying, to see Feyenoord down there when you know that they did beat Celtic in the European Cup final in 1970. So have that, you pricks. I'm joking. I've got nothing against Feyenoord. Where are Inter Milan, actually? They are in 14th. So we're ahead of the team that Celtic beat in real life in the European Cup final of 1967. Let's have a quick look at the Scottish Premiership. We are in a very, very good position there. Rangers are back up to second though, so the table is looking a little bit more familiar as it would in real life. But 11 wins from 13, 1 draw, 1 loss, 40 goals scored, 12 conceded. So we actually do have the best defence in the league, which is surprising considering the amount of goals I feel like I concede in this game. I'm doing a West Ham career mode in my own time, and let me tell you something, lads. I certainly don't have the most goals scored in that career mode, and I definitely do not have the least amount conceded. It has been an absolute head wreck, but at least the Celtic career mode is going well so far. Let's give a quick look as well at the the squad hub here, and look at the top scorer and assist makers. How the hell do I do that? Where am I? Where the hell am I? I can't even see the arrow. There we are. Bloody hell, that took way too long to figure out. I will say, lads, the menus are a little bit confusing this year. That's the only thing that's kind of annoying me. Like, there was nothing there to suggest that I was on the appearances tab or the goals tab. That was weird. But Kyogo Furuhashi, 15 goals and 17 appearances, a huge hat-trick in the Champions League, 2 assists as well. And I tell you what, if parried out shots that led to goals counted as assists, Furuhashi would probably be the leading assist. He'd probably be leading the assist tally at this stage of the season. Made it there with 8. He got a hat-trick as well in this episode. Kuhn popping up with a few decent goals as well, and a few important goals also. He's left-footed. Oh my god, I didn't realise that. He was doing so well with his right foot, I just assumed he was right-footed. But that's good to know. Forrest is up there with 5 as well. 3 of them coming in 1 game. Palma, since we started playing him, has done decently. 4 goals in 6 appearances. Ida has dried up a little bit, but still, it's early days. Not worried about that at all. To be fair, Furuhashi has been starting most games, so that's probably why. There we go. Now I can see the bloody marker there to see what tab you're on. Assist wise, Maeda has 6, Kuhn with 5, McGregor with 3, Hatate with 3, Christie, Furuhashi, Palma and Bernardo with 2. Ward has 1 as well, the young youth academy player who will be going out on loan to Royal Antwerp when the transfer window opens, so hopefully he'll get a bit of growth whilst he's out on loan there, and hopefully we'll get that Ireland job soon, because we I really, really want it. I'm anxious to get into it. Hopefully it'll happen soon. We did sell a backup goalkeeper as well, Scott Bain. He will be going to Lask, I think it was. So best of luck to him. But yeah, the next episode, lads, we'll probably sim this game against Motherwell, who is the only team to actually beat us domestically so far this season. So hopefully a bit of revenge there. We'll probably play the highlights of this game against Hearts. We will be playing this game against Club Brugge. The battle of the Belgian League continues on this channel. If you know anything about this channel, we have a huge feud with Belgian teams. And Brugge are probably the biggest Belgian team we've played so far. So get your popcorn ready for that. And also, in the next episode, we will have our first trip to Ibrox, which I am very, very excited about. We drew with them at Celtic Park in the first Old Firm derby. I want to get a bit of revenge at Ibrox and rub salt in the wound by beating them in their own backyard. But lads, that will do it for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, thank you all so much for the support on this series so far. I really, really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a like and please consider subscribing to the channel. Would really, really appreciate it. And I'll talk to you all in the next one. Take care.